Why getting your templates right makes all the difference to your system execution. Welcome to today's episode. My name is Tom Rolley for systemio.dev. Excited to talk about this. What I've discovered is that there's an important distinction that happens when you start to have extra team members be able to do work for you. Specifically, let's look at the situation where I've been working through a system and that system's made up of processes and I've just been doing the work. Perhaps you find yourself in a similar situation. You've just been doing the work and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this process, and within that process, there might be some templates. You might be writing an email, for instance. And after you've written the email, then you go and put it into an email campaign software, whatever you're using, ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, Entreport, any of those. But you do all of that work. But when you go to have team and you're like, well, I'll write the email and then you put it into the campaign. And what you might find is that your process was designed for just one person, which meant that the template and the email campaign insertion were all in one thing. But when you've got team members, now you need to make an important distinction, and that is to pull that template out into its own process. Why? Because me as the business owner, or your copywriters, or you as the business owner will have to write that copy. And then once that's done, then it can be taken by your team and inserted. Now, the interesting thing is that when I was doing it and I was just writing the templates, there was a lot of decisions that I was making that were not documented in that particular template. Things like, hey, what's the campaign? Who's this going to? When's this going out? And so we had to change the template to say, hey, that information needs to be in the template, not just the subject and not just the copy, but also that additional information. And without that, my team was coming back and saying, well, who's this email for? Who's it going to? When's it going? We need this information. We can't do the work that you want us to do because this information's missing. And so that change to the template happened. And so we've got two important things. One, the process got split to say, hey, somebody's doing the copywriting and somebody's doing the application of that into the email campaign. And then secondly, changing the template. Hi, darling. How you going? Yeah, the internet's down at the moment. We've had some our internet's busted. It's really windy at the moment. Don't know whether that's got something to do with it. But anyway, the internet's down. It's Sunday. My kids are like, when's the internet coming back? Instead, I think you guys should go to the pool. Anyone interested in the pool? No, maybe not. All right, let's come back to it. So we've said split the template, the process into who's doing what. So there's two separate processes, and then you need to change your templates to include any of the decision making that you are making in that process, but is not documented. Hope that helped you. Hope that gets you a bit clearer on how to expand systems that have multiple people in them and doing the work so that you can get the results that you want. This is still the exact experience of systems creating results. It just gets more sophisticated and a little bit more nuanced when you have more team involved. All right, look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's episode as we continue this journey into the power of systems to create results. See you then.